everyone, welcome. This is the Ostara online circle. I'm trying to go live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time, so we'll see if that works or if it doesn't. In case you were hoping to find me in my Facebook group, Zoom won't collaborate today. It's a Mercury retrograde, so I'm trying to do the things differently. And I am live, yes, I am on my profile, so who knows? And let's see if that works on YouTube as well. Just give me a minute until the whole of the tech is working or not working. If you are watching me live on Facebook or YouTube and you want to join the Zoom, you will find the link in the Facebook event, and you can join us here. So for some reason, the YouTube thing does not seem to be working. I don't care. I'm going to just go on and do this thing. So this is an Ostara online circle. I used to do these before COVID, before life got crazy. And so here we are again. So this is going to last around 45 minutes to an hour. And it's going to be kind of two big parts. One is a kind of an explanation part, and then there's a magic part. But as a whole, it's a circle, it's a magic circle, it's a sacred circle. So to get settled first, I will invite you to take 3 breaths with me. So we'll take one big breath to let go of anything that was in the past, anything that happened just before this circle, and we will allow for this to be let go of, to be left where it was in the past, because we don't need it during this circle. So with me, inhale, let go of the past. For now, we can pick it up later. Then the second breath, we'll do the same thing about the future. So anything that will happen after this circle, whatever you have planned, you don't need to carry it with you in the circle. So we'll just inhale and let go of the future. Whew. Then we will do one final big breath to just land in the present moment, and maybe you want to put your feet on the ground as well. And here we are. Welcome. Welcome to this magic circle, to the sacred circle that is created now by our presence, by me calling on right now from every direction, from the north, from the east, from the south, and from the west, all the magic elements, all the magic spirits, all the sacred goddesses and gods, and your guides, sacred angels, benevolent ancestors, and anyone who can help us be in this time of ceremony, of ritual. The circle is now open. Before we complete the opening, I will light a candle, which I forgot to do beforehand. If you have a candle, you can light your own candle. If you don't, you're absolutely welcome to just participate in mine. Voila. Just give me a sec. Voila. I don't think I can put it anywhere so you can see it. Nope. So I'll put it right there. I know that it's there. You know that it's there. With this creation of a circle, what happens is that we together have created a space, a sacred space, for a pause in the mundane, a pause in your lives, in mine. So it's a sacred container for thought, celebration, release, dreaming, for magic. The idea to use the seasonal changes as moments for ritual, pause, and reflection is not mine, obviously. It's been done by our ancestors for generations, for millennia. It gives us the possibility to reflect on our personal growth, on life, on changes over the year, over the seasons, and to use the seasonal energy and nature as our guide for personal growth and personal reflection. Obviously, this is an Ostara circle, and I'll be talking about Ostara in a bit. But for me, in the northern hemisphere, it's a spring equinox circle, which means if you're listening to me from the southern hemisphere, it's an autumn equinox. So everything that I'm saying right now is completely irrelevant to you if you are in the southern hemisphere. So you'll have to listen to this circle again in 6 months, basically. The idea is that every season, even the quiet ones, offers an opportunity to grow and to reflect. Because nature is always shifting and showing us literally that everything is transforming all the time, for you, for me, for nature. And we are influenced by this seasonal energy. The ebbs and the flows, the pushes and the pulls, also act on our spirits, even on our bodies. The pagans usually have eight of these festivals, which are called the Wheel of the Year, and they use those, and we use those as checkpoints to see where we stand and how to plan, organize, dream the next weeks until the next festival. So, as far as I'm concerned, I love to do that with music. So I have a beautiful playlist that I have created for that opportunity and that I will share with you in the chat right now. If you're listening to the replay, the link for the playlist will be somewhere around the video at some point. And so I've curated these playlists. I have one for every season, for every festival, so that we can really, because I believe music has got this magic. Not without words, you can be transported into the beautiful place. Now, I also love words, so I wrote a poem for Ostara, and I want to begin this circle by reading it to you. I might want to share an image. Just give me a minute. Maybe I can share an image with that. Let's see if the technology will play with me. Yeah, like this. Voila. Oh, yeah, but it's a little tiny, I hope. I don't know what I'm doing. Nope, this is not what I want to be doing. Sorry. No, it doesn't work like this. Just give me a minute. Oh no, now I have myself in stereo. Just give me a minute. I will turn off Facebook completely because it's not helping me any. Technology. I thought I was a tech goddess at some point. Not anymore, obviously. So forget the image for now. We'll play with just my words. If you want, sometimes with poetry, it's easier if you close your eyes. Let me find my notes now, which have disappeared. No, here they are. In the gentle whispers of spring's debut, Ostara's touch, vibrant and true. A chorus of birds in the budding trees awakens the land with a gentle breeze. As the snow recedes, revealing her earth's embrace, Ostara dances with elegance and grace. A goddess fair with a crown of flowers, she heralds the season's joyful hours. Beneath the soil, life's pulse beats strong, as crocuses bloom and birds greet the dawn. The promise of new beginnings fill the air as Ostara weaves her magic everywhere. There's more to it, but for today, I think that was good. This magic of new beginnings. So we have five. I consider that there are five major words, sorry, for Ostara. The first one is tilt, or it could be balance. The second one is rebirth. Then we have action, then joy and dynamism. Sorry, my French. So, as you certainly know, Ostara, or spring equinox, is the perfect balanced day of the length of day and night are equal, and this is the actual beginning of spring. So, if you were here 6 weeks ago when I did the Imbolc circle, you remember me saying, "Hey, we're not in spring anymore yet. Please, please wait, wait, wait. This is it now. Now we are." With the earth, we are reawakening, sorry, and we can give ourselves the opportunity to be reborn. So if you look outside, if you don't live too far north, bulbs are sprouting and flowering, new shoots are appearing, fruit trees might even start to have some blossoms. Everything seems to be fertile and beginning to reproduce. So outside, the world is fresh. Even the color of the grass might be feel new, right? It's like the earth shrugs off the sleep of the winter. And she obviously invites us to do the exact same thing, to go for new life, for rebirth, for fresh beginnings. It's about allowing ourselves to have a new found fertility, creativity, like the hares or the rabbits, who at this season, where I live, at least in the south of France, they kind of are very, very fertile. It's also, as we were saying previously, the time where the seeds are sown. So we pray for fertility. We pray for the plants to grow, right? So that we can get some food, basically. And when I say we, I mean we humans, and I mean we, our ancestors as well. Because the idea of these festivals, they are very old. They are older than our civilization. I believe that they are kind of symbolic, and they are embedded in the land. So, and in nature as a whole, we have as a big symbolism around this season, we have eggs, right? With Easter, the Easter eggs, etc., etc. The idea is that for many, many centuries, millennia, the eggs are the first proteins that are back in the land after a winter of very cold weather and no life, basically. So the idea is that now, with spring coming back, with birds being back and laying their eggs, we have new proteins again. So after Lent, let's call it this way, or after the lengthy winter where, there wasn't much food for our ancestors, here comes the eggs, and it's like, woohoo, yay, party time, right? The magic of the egg, or the symbolic of the egg, is a very, very important one. You'll find an article on that on my blog post. The oval of the egg is a reflection of the cycle of the seasons. The egg is also, a reminder of the cosmic egg of creation, of the birth of the actual cosmos. And in many civilizations, the egg yolk is considered as the sun god, and the egg inside the sort of white, or even the shell, is the maiden goddess that is around this sun god. So it's a sacred marriage already at spring equinox, although the actual sacred marriage will happen a little later in the season. So energetically, we are shifting from the winter energy, from this earth energy, this grounded, maybe sometimes a little heavy energy, to the airiness of spring. And that means this is a brutal change. In fact, it's a joyful one, hopefully, but it's a brutal one energetically, because we were there in our little cocoon, kind of waiting for things to happen and taking care of our energy. And then suddenly, bam, we want to be out. We want to be planting seeds. We want to be doing things. And this can be very, 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 very tiring. So take care of your energy in the springtime. It's also the return of the masculine energy. It's the beginning of the astrological year. It's basically we are in this balance today or tomorrow, and then poof, we kind of blossom outside and blossom up. So the idea is that our winter dreams, our winter ideas now want to be born as whatever we want to create in the world. So we are hatching plans, but more than plans, we are actually starting to want to do things. So this is a rebirth of our personal power to achieve big things in the world, and as we move towards mid-spring and Beltane, our spirits and bodies will be brimming with more and more energy, sexual energy, vitality, and energy on the whole. This is a time in the year, springtime to experience and appreciate all the things in life that bring us pleasure, that bring us joy, that help us feel dynamic and powerful and fresh and young and, maiden-like. So, Ostara is the name of a goddess. She's a maiden goddess. She is full of potential. She represents the opportunity of growth and rebirth. She gave her name to, she's a Celtic, sorry, she's a Teutonic, actually, goddess of spring and fertility, and a Celtic one. She actually gave her name to the main Christian holiday around this time, which is Easter. So Ostara gave Easter, which is also about rebirth, right? Easter. And it's about rejoicing in the rebirth, right? And it comes from Eoster, the Anglo-Saxon goddess of the dawn, sorry. And it also give the word estrogen. So again, fertility hormone, right? So you can see that even in the words, this fertility, this creativity is sewn in the words. Eostra or Ostara, her name comes also from the same root as the word east. So sun, sunrise, again, this kind of bringer of light, bringer of energy, balance, and then growing towards. I keep doing these gestures. If you're listening to that on the audio, I keep having these gestures, sorry, upwards. It's about new ideas, new projects, life changes. It's about even resurrection of old projects. And so there are two goddesses that are usually concerned or called upon at this season. One of them is the amazing Ostara, which whom I've just talked about a little bit, and the other one is my friend, my personal bestie, Persephone. So Persephone is a Greek goddess of the spring. Her first name is Kori, which actually means the daughter, the maiden. And as you know, if you know the story of Persephone, she spends 2/3 of her year with her mother on top of the ground, and then 1/3 of her life with no, not her, of her life of the year, sorry, with her husband Hades in the underworld. So in springtime, she comes back up outside of the underworld to meet her mother Demeter, goddess of fertility. You guessed it. And so she is the goddess of spring. She comes with promises. She comes with nature's awakening of brighter futures, with, yeah, promises of brighter futures and basically joy, energy, right? Dynamic energy. Persephone is the one that brings us the flowers and the leaves and the fruits and the cereals and the food again, because Demeter is so happy to see her daughter again that she will have the earth become fertile again and allow for everything to bloom and grow. So, what do we do in Ostara? Well, we meet and we talk and we get clarity. So, it's a good time to try out new ideas, to connect with this early spring's playful, curious spirit. So, maybe get out, just get out. Even if it doesn't seem like springtime, give it a try outside and see if you can spot signs of this springtime energy. New little sprouts or one little flower here or there, or hear a bird sing. You can also start planting or, planning your garden a little more seriously. You can, and when I mean plant seeds, I mean literally like in your garden. Now, if you don't have a garden or if you're not a gardener like me, you can go and appreciate the spring energy and the spring plants outside. But you can also plant metaphorical seeds. So what are you now planting that you want to see grow in the further months? You can also play with eggs. You can paint eggs. You can use them to represent fertility again. You can eat them, obviously. And you can play with them. You can go for a walk in the woods, in the forest. You can buy yourself new clothes or create for yourself new clothes. It's a good time for a ritual cleansing bath, also using this energy of the equinox, of the balance. So give yourself this time of, let's get rid of this energy of the winter. Let's leave it behind us and really enter the spring season brand new. So, ritual cleansing bath, you can use Epsom salts or Himalaya salt or whatever you feel like it's good for you to just make it a ritual to cleanse and let go of the heaviness of winter. It's a good time to buy and collect flowers. Spring cleaning, of course. You can spring clean everything from your house, your clothes. Let the air, the airiness of spring come into your house. Open the windows, make some noise maybe. You can do that on your computer as well. Get rid of everything that's been laying on your desk, computer desk or actual desk for the whole of the winter. Get rid of all that and maybe create a new springy energy. Wake up early, go for a walk. Um, Try and experience fun, lightness, pleasure. Start new things, even things that you don't know how to do. Start a new course, start a new idea that you want to experiment with, and stay in that playfulness of experimentation, of this spring fun energy. Do things that make you feel alive and young. Yeah, allow for these new things that you try to not be, it doesn't matter, it's not about the result, it's about the process, about how it makes you feel. So dream new dreams and then sit yourself down and make them come true, or walk yourself out and make them come true, rather, I should say. So embrace the fresh energy and be reborn, right? And then please, please, please implement, implement, implement. It's not about dreaming anymore like it was in the last festival. It's about doing it, right? So use the spring energy, the sap rising in the tree and in the trees, and even feel it rising in yourself and fuel your growth with that. You know, you can open the windows, yeah, as I was saying, and really let the outside in, let new input and come alive, right? Usually, spring is considered the season of illumination, so it brings clarity. So it is the time to get really clear on what you want to see grow in your life, what you want to harvest in a few months or in a few years. So, in order to gain that clarity, you might want to try out what's calling you and give it a try. Maybe that's good. Um, Maybe it's not, and then you can drop it. But this is the time where you can actually try things out. If you're really clear on where you want to see new growth, you have the power to transform your life every springtime. Really play and stay close to that curious, playful energy. Decide what you want and make it happen and have fun with it. It's not about, you know, being sure of perfection, being perfect, or doing it the right way. It's about just having fun with it and being okay with anything that seems to be attracting you to play with and have some fun with. And come and tell me about it because it's so much fun to know what people are doing. Sometimes you try something and then you end up thinking, oh no, this is not a good idea. Let me forget about that. And that's cool too. The main thing is stay in that dynamic, energetic, playful energy, and you'll see that there is really a lot to gain from that at this time of the year. Voila. So that is the energy that is around. And we're going to go for a completely different energy in the next few minutes. So maybe we're going to go for a little break. So if you need a bio break, for instance, I'm going to have just a glass of water or some water, and then we'll switch into going inside and finding some answers, some clarity. Before we go into our guided meditation, that will take us to so if you have any questions, that would be the right time. I'm going to go and check on Facebook if there's someone following us over there who has questions. Um, Hopefully, yeah, no, I can't hear myself twice, which is better. That's good. So let me see. If you have any questions, that would be the right moment to ask them in the chat box or comments, by the way. And if not, I'm going to, before we go into this meditation, I will read you another little poem. It's a poem by Suki Moyne, and it's called Ostara Rising. She comes like a breath of fresh air, and you cannot help but fill your lungs. She comes like the shoot rising upward, and you cannot help but lift your eyes to the sky. She comes like the flower bursting forth, and you cannot help but laugh in delight. She comes like the urge to dance, and you cannot help but spread your arms wide. She comes like the first warm rain, and you cannot help but cry tears of joy. She comes like the scent of all beginnings, and you cannot help but open your heart. I really love it. It's beautiful. It really embodies for me this energy of um, beginning and of being almost overtaken by spring, by Ostara. So, yeah, so I'm going to repeat the 5 words because I've been asked to. So, tilt is the first one. I like tilt because it's a fun word, but balance basically. I'm going to share them in the chat box. Tilt, rebirth, action, joy, and dynamism or dynamic energy. So let me share those in the circle again. Voila. Um, so the next part is a little meditation with Persephone to welcome spring. So my invitation is for you to just sit back down in your chair or in your bed or wherever you are sitting. If you are listening to the replay, you can take 5 minutes to actually make yourself very, very comfortable. And if you're listening to the replay, you might also want to find a blooming flower, a plant. If you're not, if you're live with me and you don't have a plant around you, that's fine. You can use an imaginary plant for this. So take a breath. Maybe close your eyes or just soften your gaze if you're not comfortable closing your eyes. And begin by placing the flower or plant in front of you. Or if you have an imaginary plant, close your eyes and imagine a beautiful flower or a beautiful plant. Make yourself comfortable wherever you are, sitting or lying down. Take a moment to center yourself, close your eyes gently, and take slow, even breaths. With each inhale, feel your body filling up with energy. And with each exhale, let go, release any tension, any heaviness. When you feel you're okay, you're calm and centered, if you have a plant in your hands, open your eyes and gaze at the flower, or focus your mind's eye on the flower in your head. Notice its colors, its delicate petals, and the fresh green leaves. Allow your thoughts to settle as you focus on the life and growth of the plant before you. Now, silently invite Persephone, goddess of the spring and queen of the underworld, to join you. You can whisper her name in your mind or speak it softly aloud. Feel her presence gently unfolding, like the first light of dawn after a long winter. Holding the image of the blooming flower in your mind, see it in full bloom, its petals soft and vibrant, reaching towards the sun. With each breath, feel your own energy beginning to bloom just like the flower. And you can visualize Persephone emerging from the heart of a gorgeous garden, her presence gentle and powerful. She moves gracefully, her long flowing hair cascading like silk around her shoulders, shimmering with the light of the sun as it filters through the trees. Her eyes of vibrant green glisten like fresh new leaves kissed by morning dew. She wears flowing robes in pastel shades, soft pinks, yellows, and pale greens, blending with the colors of the blooming flowers around her. In her hands, she carries a basket brimming with freshly picked blossoms, their fragrance mingling with the sweet scent of earth and new life. As she walks, the garden seems to come alive, flowers turning towards her, birds singing in a welcoming song. Her skin glows with the warmth of sunlight, and her smile radiates hope, renewal, and the promise of growth. Take a moment to greet her, feeling her presence in the space around you, like the embrace of the spring breeze. Her energy is calming, yet joyful and dynamic, in the delicate balance of stillness and movement, just like her garden. As she stands before you, you can release to her anything you are ready to leave behind. Old patterns, fears, or burdens that no longer serve your growth. Let the spring air carry them away, allowing space for the new. If you have anything in your mind that you know you need to let go of, this is the moment to offer it to Persephone. Raise your hands in prayer and thank her for helping you letting go. She smiles and asks, "What do you wish to bring into your life now, little one? What new dreams, goals, and intentions are ready to blossom?" And you speak to her silently or aloud, expressing your hopes, your dreams, your plans, your growth ideas. And as you ask and dare to demand, ask her also to bless you with the vitality of spring and to guide you as you step into the season of growth and possibility. And you can imagine that you write your dreams and goals and intentions on a huge parchment that feels like a green leaf of a plant, maybe. And when it's done, you roll it up and give it to her. And in exchange, she will give you a symbol, a token, a sign that she will help you, a sign that she will be there. Be still and listen. Feel her responses in your heart or hear them in your mind. Allow her wisdom and energy to flow through you, nurturing your soul, guiding you towards your own personal path of renewal. When you feel complete, thank Persephone for her presence, for her gifts of renewal, and for the blessings she's bestowed upon you. Feel once again her love, her warmth, like the gentle embrace of spring's first ray of sunlight. Focus once again your attention on the flower or the plant, the one in your hands or the one in your mind. Be quiet for a moment, grounding yourself in this present, knowing that new growth is already unfolding within you. When you feel ready, I invite you to take a few moments to journal about this experience. You can write down any insights, messages, or symbols you received. Reflect on how you feel and what new beginnings you are ready to welcome. And know that you carry Persephone's blessings of renewal and growth with you as you step into the season of rebirth. So I hope that everyone is back. If you're listening on a replay, um, please make sure that if you need more time, you can just pause this video, go back and listen some more, spend some more time. We are going to do some journaling with precise questions in the next few minutes. So, but first I'll give you another minute or two to just download on the paper what this experience has brought you. If you want to share with us in the chat, you're absolutely welcome. There are 4 questions for the journaling part of our circle today. And I'm going to try and share some music with you while you journal. I'm not promising anything because that's not an easy one, technically, but I'm going to try that. So, question number 1 is what old patterns or burdens are you ready to leave behind? Just as the earth sheds its winter skin. And we'll have 2 minutes to journal about that. Obviously, you can also copy the questions and come back to them later if you feel that you need to. Okay, so the second question, and I'm going to try and share that in the chat box as well. So just give me a minute, is balance and harmony of the equinox in my life. How do I create harmony and regular pauses in my life? So how do I create harmony and regular pauses in my life? How do I create balance? Again, I'm going to try and share some music. Bear with me. Okay, so our next question would be, what new beginnings or intentions are you ready to embrace this spring? What dreams or goals are emerging from within you as the season shifts? Again, I'm going to try and share some music.
Eight
Okay. And our final question is, so obviously, if any of those need longer answers, you're welcome to come back. You can copy the chat and come back to them later. So the fourth question would be, what new thing could you try that would make you feel playful and light, that would so whether it's in your life or in your business, what is one small, tangible action you can take this season that aligns with the energy of spring and new beginnings? Because the whole thing about spring is that we need to implement, implement, implement. So let's have some music for that last one. Awesome. So, thank you very much for taking this time with me and with Ostara, with the energy of the springtime. Before we completely finish, I would like to share a card from the self-care, the Goddess Self-Care Oracle deck, which is an oracle that I created and that I printed. That is available. And this is a Persephone card, and it's called Divination. So I'm going to read it for you. Um, Take a moment to ask for some guidance. You can use oracle or tarot cards, a crystal ball, a pendulum, tea leaves, or simply turn inwards and ask. Trust that you know all you need to know. You are the oracle. So I hope you like that. Before we completely close the circle, I might thank you once again. I will thank the goddesses who are with us, your angels, archangels, benevolent ancestors, spirit from the west, spirit from the south, spirit from the east, and spirits from the north, the elements of water, air, earth, and fire, who all came with us today, and the amazing Gaia, who was there all along, as she usually is when I open a circle. And I will leave you with one word as a blessing, and that word would be joy for me. If you have one that you want to share with us as well, for this energy, and we can create this magic circle of words. That's cool too. You can share it in the chat. And I'm going to try and make these circles every festival this year. They are free. They are my offering to the world. But if you want to buy me a coffee, or rather a tea, you can click on the link. And that is has now appeared. Oh, I got another word. I got the word cherish. Yes, I love it. If you want to give me a donation, as you say, you can do that by clicking on the link in there. And in any case, your presence and your time is enough of a gift for me today. I'm really happy that you were here, whether live or on the replay. And I will see you in something like 6 weeks for Beltane, where the spring energy will be in full bloom and will be, yeah, somewhere else altogether. So thank you so much for being here. Um, the circle is now closed. The circle is actually opened to the winds of change, into the winds of spring. And never broken. I will see you in a very little time. Bye for now.